Once upon a time, there was a very happy and lucky dog named Freddy. He had a master who loved him and who would take him for long walks along the river and throw a ball for Freddy to catch. On one such walk, they were having a great time until they came to Misty's house. Now Misty was the cat who lived by the river, and she was lying in the garden enjoying the afternoon sunshine. Distracted by the cat, Freddy, forgetting his owner and the fun he was having, jumped into the garden and started to chase her. Misty raced into the house through the cat flap. By this time, Freddy had become obsessed with catching her, and he pushed his way through the cat flap and raced into the house. No one else was in the house, and Misty quickly climbed onto a bookshelf which was out of poor Freddy's reach. He started barking and leaping up and down, completely consumed in his desperation to reach the cat and breaking everything in his way. By now, he was completely exhausted, but couldn't stop himself. He had totally forgotten about his owner and the fun he had been having on his riverside walk. He was possessed by his passion to catch Misty and was using all his energy, barking, biting, jumping, and breaking. In theory, once Freddy finds himself in a passion about catching Misty, there could be a squirrel further on and a rabbit further still. So he could go on and on, chasing innumerable passions and going through many cat flaps until he died, without ever remembering his good life before and the fun he had been having with his toys and his master by the river.
This story gives us an insight into the idea of an original experience. It also shows how we can get distracted and lose contact with this original experience. The dog was happy and content with its perfect life, lacking nothing. What was the result of going through the cat flap? He was distressed, barking, and exhausting himself in great sorrow. His life was of needing something and lacking something. He didn't even know about the cat at one time. He was content playing with his master. He was experiencing what it was like to be himself. Just as you saw, after chasing the cat, there could be another cat flap. As was said, there may be a squirrel, and he could go through that cat flap and run after that squirrel. Then another cat flap, and there could be a rabbit. If he goes through a few cat flaps like this and gets consumed by more things, then what chance has he got to be connected to his original experience? It would be even less. With just one cat flap, he was completely unconscious to his original experience. So after a few cat flaps, there would be even less chance. Human beings have crossed not one, not three, but many cat flaps, and they are still trying to cross more. Such is our current state. The spiritual message is that we have a starting position and we have to rediscover our original experience first. There's nothing wrong with being interested in seeing the cat and the squirrel. However, to cross the cat flap and lose connection with the original experience is an unfortunate state to be in, and this is what we are addressing here. The spiritual model claims that the human race has lost connection with their original experience and are now oblivious that it even exists. There are no real answers in that mindset because it is an imbalanced mind. Hence the emphasis is on coming out and rediscovering this original experience. That dog would have been the wisest dog if he were to say to himself, "Where is that cat flap? I want to get out of here. This is a messy situation I've found myself in." This way, that dog would have been more sensible. The dog that is jumping around, disturbed and exhausted, is not clever. We human beings would be very wise if we decided to rediscover our starting position.